I've also been attacked by a new wave of the anti-circs. They have different angles to them all the time. I have never done a circumcision. And so some of you accuse me of pedophilia, child abuse. Can't accuse me of that. But I proudly, if I had more sons, I only was given 2, I would have them circumcised, because it's a commandment in the Torah, and I believe in the Torah. This is not my personal made-up belief. This is what I have received from my holy rabbis, and I have seen the holiness of those rabbis, that they truly are men of the Spirit, men with divine knowledge, not just the SP, but divine knowledge and insight, prophetic insight. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, every word that he told me came true in my life. He was a man who could read my mind, anticipate my moves, and cared genuinely about all of his followers and those who were not his followers and all the people in the world. There was a riot in Crown Heights many years back, and this riot threatened the stability of the neighborhood of Crown Heights. A child was killed by an auto accident, unfortunately. It led to the murder of a Jewish rabbi, of a rabbinical student. The murderer was exonerated, but later spent time in prison and ultimately died there. But things were about to explode had the Rebbe not cooled down the flames and extinguished them. Mayor David Dinkins came to see the Lubavitcher Rebbe at the height of the riots. Al Sharpton was doing his magic stuff and getting everybody riled up and angry. And some of the other luminaries from the bigots, blacks can also be bigots, were abound, breeding everybody into a frenzy. No justice, no peace. So David Dinkins came to see the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Mayor Dinkins was a good man. Might have been a little bit unorganized, but he was a good man. His heart was in the right place. And he came to see the leader of Crown Heights Jewish community that was being besieged. And David said to the Rebbe, we got to get both sides to sit down. The Rebbe said, both sides? There's only one side. We're all children of the same God. The Rebbe was saying, the blacks of Crown Heights and the white Jews of Crown Heights were all children of the same God. And both had common interests. And there really was not two sides, and really were not fighting. Within hours, the riots were over. Mayor Dinkins made it clear that this is not a white versus black or black versus white issue. A misunderstanding, terrible misunderstanding, and a deep appreciation of the humanity of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. The Lubavitcher Rebbe was a holy man, and his father-in-law and his father-in-law's father and all the great rabbis that preceded him all believed in one thing, in the truth of the transmission of the Torah. And that's why I believe the Torah, because I received this from my teachers, who were genuine, honest, good, and godly. And when I tell you that the reason why we circumcise our children has nothing to do with medicine or sexual fantasies or domination or frustration or need to be cruel, it has only to do with the Torah says that God told Abraham, circumcise your children forever. And that's what we do. We follow God's instructions as they're found in Genesis chapter 17. There is no other reason for circumcision. However, because God said so, circumcision will prove to be beneficial. And almost all of the studies have borne that out. Because God said so, it will be good even in the physical world, despite the fact that we're taking away some of the most sensitive areas of the body. Despite that, God tells us to do so. We shall, we will, and we will continue. And you know what? We will be blessed because of that. And those who will not disturb the Jewish people and the sons of Abraham, that includes the Arab populations, who also circumcised their children because they were told by God through Abraham to circumcise their children. All those who follow in the ways of Abraham will be blessed, as well as those who help allow them to do so. But those that impede this, the Torah says, won't have a blessing. It's your risk, my friends. I'm not threatening. The Torah says, those who bless you will be blessed. Those who curse you will become cursed. That's coming from God, not from me. I have no power. Only the Torah.